What's going on, fantasy world? Benjamito is back Monday night. MLB, FanDuel, baseball, big night. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Everyone's usually in action. So I'm going to start here with my six-pack. You know how I do. I got one pitcher who I'm going to focus on the majority of my lineups, then 5 roster spots, and then we're going to roll with my gas can and the beer drunk tank, the player or the pitcher I like the least, and who you want to stack your lineups up against. So let's jump right in here, things with my pitcher. There is a lot of nice, expensive options. You have Severino, you have Corey Kluber, 11,200 against the Yankees. A lot of pitchers to look at, but I'm looking somewhere in the higher mid-range, 8,600. Aaron Nola, Philadelphia Phillies at home against the Atlanta Braves. I just love this matchup. Whenever I see him roster this guy, he does very, very productive for me. I see mid-40s as opposed to maybe you're going to get 50, 55 out of Severino or Kluber. So I'm going to save up, 2,500 in cap space, 2,000, and roll with Aaron Nola there. Let's go behind the dish. A guy who's got off the DL recently. He's one of the better catchers in baseball. There's a lot of catcher options that I actually like, not very many cheap ones. I like the Walden Castillo a lot at home in Camden Yards, home run hitting ballpark against a left-hander. But let's roll with Salvador Perez, $2,800 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Not the greatest ballpark to hit in, one of the better players, and at that price, he's usually around $3,300, saving me $500 in cap space there. Let's go with Salvador Perez behind the dish. Okay, now let's go to the outfield. We're going to roll with Andrew McCutchen. The price has come down on him. He's been in a slump, more of a beer gut play against Jordan Montgomery of the Chicago Cubs. Not a great hitting ballpark either there in Pittsburgh, but at that price, against a lefty, he mashes them. Let's go with Andrew McCutchen, $2,800, lefty on righty, cheap price. Lock him in there. Okay, now let's go to the outfield. And usually I don't give players at Coors Field because everybody knows the roster players at Coors Field is the best home run hitting park in all of baseball because of the elevation. But a righty on a lefty, one of the worst right-handed pitchers in baseball right now. ERA is 6.11. Let's roll with Carlos Cargo Gonzalez at 3,100. Hasn't had the greatest year, but at home in that ballpark, like I said, righty on lefty, I cannot overlook Carlos Gonzalez there. Okay, so now let's roll over to second base. And we're going to go with Jonathan Schoop, 4,000 of the Baltimore Orioles. Is a left-handed pitcher from the Mariners. I mentioned it earlier, a home run hitter's dream ballpark. Stack any righties you want. You got Trey Mancini, Mark Trumbo, Adam Jones, Walden Castillo. Jonathan Schoop, my favorite of the plays. So let's get Jonathan Schoop. A little more expensive, but let's get him in there at 4,000. Okay, now let's roll over to first base. First base, there's either really expensive or not much going on. I'm going to roll with Logan Morrison, left-hander, against Ian Kennedy of the Kansas City Royals. Like I said earlier with Salvador Perez, not the greatest hitting ballpark to hit in, but righty on left. These guys had a great season, been slow as of late, so another beer belly, beer gut play part 2. But there's not very many options that I liked there at first base, so we're going to roll with Logan Morrison. All right, now my gas can, the drunk tank, the pitcher I like the least. I know it's very, very obvious, and everyone knows Jordan Zimmermann of the Detroit Tigers has been absolutely awful this year, especially against left-handed hitters. I have Cargo in there. I'm going to end with my beast of the night tonight. I'm sure you all know who that is now after I said a left-hander in Colorado, one of the better players in baseball. I'm going to have my beast of the night. Not very good. Greatest ballpark to hit. Lefties mash him up. It's very, very easy to attack him. If you can save cap space anywhere else to attack him, that's why I went with Aaron Nola at pitcher so I can stack my left-handed Rockies or Nolan Arenado, whoever you want. Let's attack Jordan Zimmermann as the drunk tank of the night. He's going to give up 5 or 6 runs in a couple innings tonight. Let's roll against Jordan Zimmermann. Okay, and I know I skipped over the pitching prospect over to get my beast of the night. Very, very easy. I mean, you can take whoever you want. You got Mike Trout up there, but like I said, a left-handed hitter in Colorado. Charlie Blackmon, one of the better players in baseball. He's the most leadoff home runs in the league. He can steal a base, extra base hits left and right against Jordan Zimmermann. Very, very easy. He's going to be very, very highly owned. At 4,800, I think he should be around 53, 55. Let's get him in there as the beast of the night. He goes yard, steals a base. He gets you 30 FanDuel points. That's all you're looking for, if not more than that, against a terrible right-handed pitcher. All right, guys, good luck.